Team to me means that we have each other's backs on and off the field, no matter what we're doing. We have each other's backs. We're working for each other to get to that special place.
It means to be committed. It means to work hard. It means to just work for your teammates.
They got my back, I got their back.
They make me want to push myself as hard as I can every single day, and I do it for them.
My team, my brothers. I'll do anything for them as they would do for me.
Just seeing everyone else work just makes you want to go out there.
Punch, locked elbows.
Getting up at 6:30 or going to practice and giving every ounce of effort with my brothers and sweating, bleeding, just giving everything out on the field.
Football is my life, you know. You love it. It's the best. You get to come out here every Friday night, go out for the hometown, get to hang out with everybody in the locker room, meet new people. It's just a great experience all around.
Friday night, Hutch. It's crazy. See all the kids, all the young kids, all the kids in high school, see our student section, see all the parents, see how much they support us and how much the community loves us and comes out and supports us.
I think about when the lights come on Friday nights, just being out there and being with my brothers, my coaches, knowing I worked hard all year for that.
Our fans are really good. We always have a good Friday night fan club, and they're always getting everyone going crazy, and we always get pumped up.
When I see Hutch Field, I just think about running out the tunnel on Friday nights, seeing everybody cheer, and just emotion going through everybody.
And to see the stands filled up and just see the community, everybody's a family Friday night. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, everybody's family, everybody's a Purple Dragon.
Oh, I think of the great fans we have here, great student section, great band. I think of the best place in the world.
They send Bartlett in motion. Quarterback fakes it to Peterson, throws up top, intercepted. It's Elijah Harris on the far side, cutting back across the field. Inside give, Mangini, he's got some room to run out into the open to the 20, 10-5. Dante Mangini puts the Dragons up 6-0.
Fresh off another Johnson County beatdown, the Dragons are back home to welcome an invasion from the north. 3 little letters, STA, and Randy's Spirited Saints ride into town with an offense that is capable of lighting up a scoreboard brighter than your Christmas tree. But awaiting are the boys in purple, dusted off, standing tall, glare fixed, riding high in the saddle once again, and focused on 3 simple words. Who's got next? It's football time in southeast Kansas.
Tied into the left, high formation. They run away from the strength to Dante Mangini, who lowers his shoulder, met a man at the goal line, and scores for the second time tonight. Mangini hangs 6 more on the board for the Dragons. Back to pass, Turnbull over the middle. It's got Keontae Allen with the step. Pass complete, missed tackle by Gale to the house. Keontae Allen. Allen to the near side. Elijah Harris in the slot to the left. They send him in motion. Jet sweep. Fake it to him. Turnbull keeps left side. Cuts back in. Turnbull at the 20 to the 15. 10. It's a race for the pylon. Spencer beats him there. Touchdown, Dragons.
Entering the season, everyone knew the names Turnbull, Rogers, Harris, and Mangini. The question was supposed to be the line. Well, if you don't know who Estrada, Salas, White, Hutchinson, and Corver are, then shame on you. The offensive line play has far exceeded all expectations, but there's still one last test to pass. Aquinas has only allowed more than 13 points twice this season. Both of those games were losses. Can the Dragons keep the train rolling? We're about to find out.
Gallery sets back to pass, finds the man over the middle, tipped and picked. Keontae Allen at the 20, 15, 10-5. Another defensive score for the Dragons. That's why you run the tip drill. Pass ball, Oski. Keontae Allen put 6 on the board for the Dragons.
It's a District 4 showdown as the number 4 Pittsburgh Purple Dragons welcome in the number 3 St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. Here we go. Live from historic Hutchinson Field, right on Broadway in beautiful Pittsburg, Kansas, this is Dragon Football. Football. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Amershak with you as we get set for this District 4 matchup in 5A football across the state of Kansas. Games wrapping up. There were some 3, 4A and 2, 1A and 8-man games yesterday. Playoff pairings are getting set with the 5 and 6A boys along with some 4A teams playing tonight. It is a cold and wet and rainy night here at beautiful Hutchinson Field as the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints come to town to take on the Pittsburgh High Purple Dragons. Should be an exciting matchup. This is number 3 versus number 4. Pretty much both of these teams are in. It's just a matter of which team is going to be crowned district champions. Adam Jamison will be on the mic with me tonight. Adam, it's been a couple of weeks since you've seen the Dragons play. You've been following them as well, but what do you anticipate seeing tonight?
Well, I anticipate the Dragons come out ready to play, focused and intense. Had a chance to visit with Coach Nicholson a little bit this week, and he had that look in his eye. And I think the Dragons will come out with that same look in their eye tonight and give St. Thomas Aquinas a real good ball game here.
We are going to hear from both head coaches as we step aside here on the KPreps.com pregame show. Come back after we hear from both head coaches. We'll get the scene set. Should be right about kickoff. We'll hopefully get you keys to the game and starting lineups, but we're cutting close on time, so we will roll the coaches' interviews.
Welcome back to the local show on ESPN 100.7. Mike Snow and Chet Copeland as we turn our attention to high school football and a big game Friday night here at Hutchinson Field as Pittsburgh High hosts St. Thomas Aquinas. And joining us now, the head coach of the Saints, Randy Dreiling. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great. Wonderful week for football.
Absolutely it is. It is football weather. You're 6-2 through the first 8 weeks. Overall, how do you feel like the Saints have played this year, Coach?
Well, I'd say we probably right now we're playing really well. I think at the beginning we weren't hitting on all cylinders offensively for sure, and I think right now we're playing about as well as we have since I've been here.
Well, you look at the Eastern Kansas League, arguably the state's best league. You have one loss in that league to one of the state's best teams in Bishop Miege, and something that's different other than Pittsburgh High is you guys are tested week in and week out, played one of the top teams in the state in Mill Valley and lost in week 1 when your team was really banged up. But how do you think your schedule and the EKL has really shaped you as a team this year and helped prepare you guys?
Well, that's a good question. There's a lot of sides to the story of that, but I think I don't think you can get better unless you're challenged at certain times. But once in a while, it's not bad to have an easy game, But certainly, the people we've played, you figure out, well, I can't get by doing this. When you're playing really, really good teams, and you kind of whittle your plays down to the ones that you think will work against the good people. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but I think that helps you as a coach and also helps your players get better.
We're talking to Randy Dreiling, head coach of St. Thomas Aquinas, and even though technically you and Pittsburgh High are both in the playoffs, how big is this game to get a victory, get that district championship, and be home next Friday night?
It's huge, and it's going to be a huge task also. Pittsburgh's a great football team, basically the same team they had as a year ago, only I'm sure they're faster and stronger and more well-versed than they were a year ago. But it's as the playoffs look, it shapes up to be a pretty critical game because Mill Valley, if we were to win, then that would put Mill Valley at 1, I would suspect, and us at 2, and us on different sides of the bracket, and would throw Pittsburgh on the other side of the bracket with Mill Valley, and then those two would have to beat each other. If we were to lose, then it would throw us on the side of the bracket of Mill Valley, and then, we would just trade places, and then we would have to play Mill Valley, and then if you win, then you'd have to play Pittsburgh, assuming the favorites won. So it's more than a district championship. It's for a pretty important seeding in the seeding process.
Well, Pittsburgh's a team that you lost to a year ago, and Pittsburgh returns a lot of players. Did lose some linemen from last year, and obviously number 34, Alex Barnes, who was one of the best backs in the state of Kansas, now at Kansas State. But I feel like Pittsburgh High is a bit harder to defend this year with more weapons that they have from last year, when it seemed last year they just kind of handed the ball off to one player. Do you feel like the Dragons are harder to defend this year?
Well, it looks to me like they're more diversified. I agree, and they're big plays come from different areas, other than the one back, and the quarterback can hurt you with some big plays with his arm. He can run the ball. They pitch it to guys that don't look very slow to me, and I think you're right. I think their weapons are more diversified. They get a big tight end, and so they use formations against you. So it's I don't. Not for 1 second, and this is not coach speak, I don't think it's any easier task than it was a year ago, and it was pretty tough a year ago.
We're talking to Randy Dreiling here on the local show, head coach of the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints that take on the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons on Friday. And, Coach, in your first year there last year, you made it to the state title game, lost to Bishop Carroll. What experience and how much momentum did that give that program that you're trying to build? Coming out of year one as the 5A runner-up into the offseason, did that experience last year playing here at Pittsburgh State in the state championship game give your program a lot of momentum?
Our kids bought in last year right away. But then, going through that process and going through the playoffs gave them, I think, an extra incentive, because just like Pittsburgh, we have a lot of guys back. And, to be there and get to that game, get so close, although we did lose handily to Bishop Carroll. But I think they realized, hey, if we just play great football and bust our butt in the offseason, we got a chance to get back to that game and maybe even win it this year. So definitely a bonus for our program.
Well, Pittsburgh High has a couple immediate impact transfers, all-state caliber, from Columbus and 8-man Chatopa and Sharik Rogers and Zach Roark. And you obviously added some transfers as well, as in Doron Lowe having a nice season for you, but also bring back all-stater, the Cosentino kid from last year, and Oderman at the quarterback. Who are some other weapons on your team this year that really stand out?
Our tight end is we don't throw a lot, but he is a powerful, dominating blocker. Big kid, 240-some-pound kid. I'd like to see him go to Pitt State. And he's an impact player. And then we have a lot of running backs that are seniors this year that also did not play throughout the playoffs. Lost one for concussion. Another one had, I can't remember what he had, but mono. He had mono and his spleen was large. So those guys are back. And we have basically the same amount of yards at this point as we had a year ago. But we're just not relying on Cosentino as much as we did a year ago. So we got a lot of backs like him, and Raymakers are doing a great job for us, carrying the ball and getting yards. And so it's just not kind of like you said with Pittsburgh. It's not a one-man show anymore as we probably were to a large degree last year.
Well, Coach, were you surprised the way Pittsburgh High won those first two district games? Do you feel like that opened some eyes for the Dragons on the east side of the state in 5A?
No, I expected them to play really well against those teams, and Pittsburgh's a pretty good program, pretty good team, great tradition. Coach has done a wonderful job down there. No, nothing that they've done so far surprised me.
Well, Coach Dreiling, we appreciate your time, and best of luck against Pittsburgh High on Friday night.
All right, thank you guys, appreciate it.
PhelanLawFirm.com. Have you been injured on the job? PhelanLawFirm.com. Were you injured in an auto accident? PhelanLawFirm.com. Are you fighting for your Social Security disability benefits? PhelanLawFirm.com. When accidents happen, when life takes an unexpected turn, when you need help the most, will you remember where to turn? PhelanLawFirm.com.
There's a place where extraordinary things happen every day. One location with skilled surgeons, nurses, and other caring professionals. Equipped with the most advanced technology in the region for all types of surgery, general and specialized. From orthopedics to bariatrics and gynecology to urology. A comforting place we see friends and neighbors. With a name you've known and trusted for years. Via Christi Pittsburgh, because your life matters.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back on the KPreps.com pregame show. Aaron Amershak with you. It's time for our weekly chat with Pittsburg High head coach Tom Nicholson. I caught up with him earlier today for our Coach's Corner segment. Here is a portion of that interview. Coach, it's been a process, step 1, step 2, step 3. Here we are in week 9. I guess it doesn't really matter what other steps there are before this. This is the one that's most important. How crazy is it that we're already in week 9 of the season?
Well, that's the thing. You know, you spend 12 months preparing for the season, and it feels like summer goes on forever with weightlifting sessions and camps, and then you practice forever before you get to game 1, and then poof, you're at game 9. So, I mean, once it starts and you get your JVs and your freshman games rolling and varsity and all the weekend activities, it just, it's a whirlwind once you start your game. So you really do have to try to treasure every game and every moment, especially for our upperclassmen and our coaches, because it's just a whirlwind, and then you spend the next 6 months trying to figure out how the heck did that get over so quick. But it's a blast. The kids have been great. It's a good group of kids, and we hope to keep them around for several more weeks.
Well, it's been a blast covering them and following them. You and I talk all the time. We run into each other here in the community. I'm going to tell you what, this community is the buzz about Pittsburg High Purple Dragon football. And it started last year. Well, it's been a buzz for a while, but there seems to be more and more people talking about this team, this program, and where it's going and the potential that it has. Is it nice to have that type of recognition, that type of buzz around town, or is it add any type of pressure?
Oh, no. I mean, it is awesome. I mean, Pittsburgh's a football town. That's why you want to coach here. You want to coach in towns where it's important. It's one of the staples of our community, starting back when Coach Garman came with Pitt State here and Frontenac and Colgan. The success all the programs have had. Football's a big deal in Southeast Kansas, and you want to be a part of a community that really cares about and cherishes its football, because it's a tremendous amount of work. And if nobody really cares, what's the point in doing all that work? So it's been a special season, like you said, kind of starting with last year. But last year's group, they had those expectations, and when we lost them, I think everybody's a little more, I don't want to say shocked, but impressed with what these kids have done, because they really weren't sure what we had coming in. But what we've got is a bunch of guys who have put in a lot of time the last several years, getting bigger, getting faster, getting stronger, getting smarter, and it's all come together for them this year. They play hard. They represent our town really well. They play with a lot of aggressiveness. They play with a chip on their shoulder. They play the game hard, the way it's supposed to be played, every single snap. They don't take anything for granted, and that's really what's been fun to watch progress. And they've just continued to improve as the season went.
Let's go a week ago. You guys travel back-to-back weeks up to Kansas City, this time to take on Blue Valley Southwest, and it was a little bit more of a grind-them-out type of game, as you and I spoke in the post-game. Something different than what you guys have seen from week to week. You didn't jump out. There wasn't any huge plays, minus the 64-yard touchdown pass to Keontae Allen. It seemed like this team was up there on a business trip. They got the job done, and maybe looking a little ahead to this game this week against St. Thomas Aquinas. What were your thoughts on last week against the Timberwolves?
Well, I think you hit it on the head. You know, we come out of Week 7 with a huge emotional win against Blue Valley West. Everybody knew how important that game was. Kind of a redemption game from last year when they got us 14-12. So we put a lot of energy, a lot of emotion into that, and to come out flying high the way we did against them. And then to have Aquinas coming in Game 9, I don't want to say it was a trap game, but it had all the makings of that. And it took us a few quarters to get rolling and to catch up with the speed that they had. They also got a couple of guys back that hadn't been playing that were difference makers that really changed the complexion of that game. So it took a little bit to get rolling. And you have to give our upperclassmen a lot of credit. There wasn't a lot of screaming and yelling at halftime from the coaches. The upperclassmen just went to work the second half. They knew it, and you know, they didn't want to waste Week 7's opportunity, and they wanted Game 9 to be for something special. So they just took care of business in the second half, and we got better as the game went. But yeah, it was a grinded out, but that's okay. You're going to run into games like that, and as long as you get the W, however you got to do it, is a good one.
We're talking with Tom Nicholson, Pittsburg High Purple Dragon head coach on Coach's Corner, and the thing that impresses me the most about your team is the defense. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the offense. I think the second most impressive thing about your team is your offensive line play. But defensively, these kids fly to the football. They have an aggression in them and a speed that I haven't seen in purple uniforms in the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. They are in a hurry to get where they're going, and when they get there, they're going to make you pay. Do you ever worry about them maybe being a little overly aggressive sometimes defensively?
Well, early on in the year, we were too aggressive, particularly from our safety play. But as the games have gone, as they've got more experience, they slow down. They pick and choose their aggressive times. They let the flow of the game kind of dictate how aggressive they're going to be, and we've really eliminated giving up that big play. It is fun to watch. Matter of fact, Spencer's in here with me right now. We were just talking. He's excited for the game tonight just to watch how our defense plays against Aquinas, because it is just going to be a smash mouth game, and we can put 11 guys on purple who just really enjoy contact, which not every football player really truly enjoys contact, but everybody in our defense kind of craves the contact, and that makes it a fun bunch to watch. We are faster, and I would agree. I think the strength of our team this year is defense, but our offense has put up just under 400 points, so they're not too shabby either.
No, you have multiple weapons on that. How much different is it coaching this team? And I don't like to talk about too much last year, but last year's team with Alex Barnes, and I'm not saying he was one-dimensional, but he was so special an athlete, you had to give him the ball as much as possible. Now, Spencer, as I was looking at his stats going into last week, after 7 weeks last year, had thrown for like 387 yards. This year, he had thrown for 700 and some odd yards, or 800 and some. The ability for him to have multiple weapons, how nice is it had to be able to call that many different plays, that many more variety of plays, and get that many more people involved?
Well, it's fun. It's also challenging because you want Keontae Allen to touch the ball, Zach Roark, Adrian Scroggins, Elijah Harris, Trevor Kent, Dylan Unterrecker. They all need to touch the ball. So it's a little bit challenging. I mean, you never tell your quarterback, throw it to this guy. Just take what they give you. But you're trying to call stuff to get everybody involved because you don't want the defense to be able to key on one guy. And that's what is making us a little more diverse this year, is the ability to throw it to 2 tight ends or 4 wide receivers or backs out of the backfield. I mean, we're just blessed right now to have a lot of really good athletes and tremendous speed. We've never had this much speed on a team ever. And you need to get the playmakers the ball, get them in space, and when that happens, that opens it up for Dante in the middle and Sherrick off the edge. So, you know, to be a complete team, we needed to do that. That bit us in the butt last year in the playoffs when we were too one-dimensional. And I feel like this year we have the ability, if we need to throw it 20 times, I've got complete confidence. Spencer hadn't thrown an interception all year. We got the guys who can go make plays. So we're very fortunate, very spoiled as a coaching staff to have this many quality athletes.
Well, we're 7.5 minutes into this interview, and I've yet to talk about the game that takes place tonight. Let's get to that part. St. Thomas Aquinas comes to town. Randy Dreiling and the Saints, a very talented squad. They're 6-2 on the season. Their losses coming to Mill Valley and Bishop Miege, 2 very quality programs. What do you know about the Saints? Is there anything that we don't know about the Saints?
Well, we'll know more at about 10 o'clock tonight, but they are on offense. You know, they basically invented the flex bone in Kansas. Coach Dreiling has ran that thing like a champ at Hutch to 7 state championships, and you know, he's kind of the guru of it. His kids are very schooled in it, very, very good. The quarterback's a 2-year starter. He's much more comfortable in it this year, does a tremendous job reading, kicking, just putting the ball in the right person's hands. They're big and physical on the offensive line. That's a calling card of his teams. They fire off like shots, and you know, they're 300, 290, 270, so they got great size, great quickness. It's a huge challenge, but they're going to want to run the ball 90% of the time, and when they throw, they want to get chunk plays, play action deep, play action tight end seams. They're not trying to dink and dunk you. They want touchdowns when they throw, and it's all set up on their run game. So it's no secret we got to stop their run. We got to stop the triple option attack. We got to be assignment sound, fundamentally sound, and we're going to need every bit of speed because they are extremely fast in the backfield.
The last time you guys went up against the true triple. The last time you guys went up against the true triple. My apologies to Coach Tom Nicholson, but we're going to have to cut his pregame chat just a little bit short because they're a little ahead of schedule here at Hutchfield. Aaron Amershak with you alongside me. Adam Jameson, as we get set, the Dragons won the toss, deferred to the second half. They will be kicking from right to left to get started. Number 3, St. Thomas Aquinas. And number 4, Pittsburg High, set to kick off back deep for the Saints. Number 1, Duran Lowe. Number 2, James Constantino. Jose Estrada signals ready for play. And the Dragons and the Saints are about to be underway. Weather is a driving mist, not really big drops, but it is coming down heavily. Still waiting.
Had to get the clock set to 12.
There we go. Estrada, little pooch, bounces at the 18, dribbles back into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Saints will have it at their 20 to get things started. Offensively, for St. Thomas Aquinas across the front, Hughes, the 6'3", 215-pound senior. Gilroy, 5'11", 222. That's the quick side. The other guard is Pfeiffer. He is 6'4", 306, and Kilalia, 6'6", 270. The right guard and tackle. The man in the middle is Bart, a senior at 5'10", 216. Carter Oderman, the quarterback, comes up. Constantino behind him, the fullback. The right and left back is Leekman and Arraymakers. We'll get you to the wideouts. Mailer and tight end is Perez. So the man in motion from the flex bone. Oderman tosses Constantino. Nowhere to go. Ball loose. Ball loose. Pittsburg High causes a turnover. The wet ball possibly a factor already here in the first offensive play. Dragons will have it 1st and 10 at the 19. That's a big play.
Yeah, it sure is, and the weather's going to affect things tonight. One of the keys of the game is who's going to be able to deal with the weather, overcome it, and come up with the big plays. This could turn into a big play for Pittsburg High right here.
Dragons offensive starters, Core at the right tackle, Hutchison right guard, center is Drew White, Joe Salas at the left guard, Estrada left tackle. The 2 tight ends are Unnerecker, and we've only got 1 timeout, but they're going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com.
The tools of healthcare are amazing. Advanced technology, tools right here in Southeast Kansas we use every day for precise surgeries with smaller incisions and faster healing. But at Via Christi Pittsburgh, we know, advanced as they may be, they're still tools. But put in the hands of skilled surgeons, humans who think and feel and care for others, well, that's the amazing part. Well, that's the amazing part. Well, that's the amazing part.
First play from scrimmage for the Dragons, inside give. Not a lot doing. Is the fullback Dante Mangini gets the first carry for the Dragons. Flag on the play. Personal foul. Chop block called against Pittsburg High. Not the way you want to get the game started.
No, you get a turnover deep in your opponent's territory and get a penalty from the first play from scrimmage. It'll make it 1st and a mile here.
We're going to back them all the way up to the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 23 from there. 11:47 to play, no scores, just the 3rd snap offensively. St. Thomas Aquinas had 1, turned it over. The Dragons had 1 and got a 15-yard penalty. Handoff left side, Sherrick Rogers, stutter steps at the line, out past the 30, down to the 25. Whole pack of Saints there to push him out of bounds. Leading the charge for St. Thomas Aquinas was Dan Bolig, linebacker. 3-4 defense for the Saints. Tackles Walker, Schaefer, and Chalabi. Sure, I'm mispronouncing that, but we'll work on it. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Turnbull's going to roll to his right. The Dragons are trying to throw the ball in the wet weather early to the sideline, up in the air and over the head of the intended receiver, Elijah Harris. Good coverage on the far side. Pittsburg High not going to let the weather get to them. Sticking to a game plan that we've seen them do early this year. They've ran the ball a couple of times and then tried to catch them going to sleep, popping it over the air. Everybody knows about the great rushing attack, but heads-up play there, or play call from Coach Nicholson in this weather. I don't know that anybody was expecting that.
No, I wasn't. A little pressure there on Spencer from the edge.
Very senior-heavy squad. They do play some underclassmen, but a lot of guys that have been biding their time for this St. Thomas Aquinas. Wildcat formation. Roark keeps it over the right side. They converge on him at the 25. Looks like the ball came loose. There is a scrum right at the 20. As the officials begin to unpeel. It's going to be 4th down. The Dragons recover. Short gain. They get back to the original line of scrimmage. Just not quite. It'll be 4th and 11. Ball just outside the 20-yard line. Wildcat, we've seen 3 different formations. They're going to bring Nathan Neef on, trying to get some points. Neef sets the tee down at the 27, unofficially a 38-yard field goal. I guess that's the 38 where he's got it, or the 28 where he's got it marked down. The snap from Willis, hold from Harris. The kick is on its way.
Wow.
And it's good. Nathan Neef puts the Dragons on top 3-0, 10:32 to play. Big kick from the sophomore, Nathan Neef. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Watching high school football at ESPN 100.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the 4-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
We're back live at Hutchinson Field there in Amershak. Adam Jamison as the Dragons take a turnover and turn it into 3 points. They lead here with 10:32 remaining first quarter by that score. Nathan Neef with a 38-yarder, and he had some distance on it. That's a big pressure kick in the weather. Nice snap from Willis, the hold from Harris. Estrada to put boot to ball once again, the second time tonight. Another squib kick. He's covered by one of the upbacks at the 43-yard line. You don't get to call a man with 67 on his jersey too often. We're going to give him the credit here as I look it up. Stephen Arode, the 5'10", 193-pound junior lineman.
Lineman's dream right there. Only thing would have made it better was if he could have picked it up.
Yeah, he was taught not to pick it up. The big boy, you get on the ball and hold it right there. Got a receiver to the left side, flex bone offense. The right and left backs just off the tight ends. The tight end to the right side, open to the left. Constantino behind him in the eye. They're going to hand it to Constantino at the middle. Makes the man miss at the 45 across midfield. Tackled there by Adrian Scroggins in Dragon territory at the 47. Pickup of 9.
Nice blocking up front for St. Thomas Aquinas. Good secondary cut there by Constantino.
Again, the flex bone, wide receiver to the left side. Oderman comes up, sets the line. Turn, handoff. Constantino once again spins off of one of his own offensive linemen making a block as he gets inside the 45 to the 43. Hammering that C gap on the right side.
Yeah, I don't know if it was you or Coach Nicholson talked about them coming off the ball on the offensive line like a shot, and that is certainly true so far here.
And they're running behind the big side. They got a quick side and the big side, strong side, I guess you would say, according to the lineup. 4-man front for the Dragons. Looked like they might have jumped right there. Did not. Handoff. Constantino once again. He's got room to run, this time on the left side, down to the 35-yard line before Dana Corver finally brings him to the floor. Corver getting the start at an outside linebacker spot. Front four, Woods, Hutchison, Duncan, and Unarecker. Almost a five-man front as Sherrick Rogers doesn't appear to be out there. Again, Constantino, he runs into Will Mingarelli this time. Short game, maybe two. He's right at the sticks, though. We'll see if it's enough for a first down. 9:03 to play first quarter. St. Thomas Aquinas driving in their second offensive possession. Their first one lasted one play before Constantino coughed it up.
Nice play by Will Mingarelli there. Fought off the block. Got into the hole for the tackle.
Blackman to the right, Raymakers to the left. Constantino right behind Oderman. The quarterback under center spins, hands off. Constantino spins off of a man. He has got that move patented. Third and short, picks up 4. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 27. He hits and spins so well.
Yeah, I know it's a wet night, but he's kind of a slippery runner, if you will. I mean, he does. He's got that move down. Hard to get a good, clean shot on him.
They send a man in motion, turn again, handoff Constantino over the right side. Dragons a little better prepared for it this time. Coming in, Dana Corver makes the stop from that outside linebacker. He's walked up on the line, making it almost a four-man front. They've brought in an extra linebacker, so almost a 4-4 look as Scroggins is off the field. The secondary, Roark at the free safety, the two corners are Keontae Allen and Elijah Harris. Linebacking core is Mingarelli in the middle, Waltrip and Scroggins on the outside along with Dana Corver. Nice job, Nate Woods, containing the edge. Constantino gets it over the left side. Very short, minimal game. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, a little bit of a misread there. Probably should have pulled that ball and got to the edge. Had a little room out there. Big play right here, 3rd and 5.
Saints break the huddle, a tight end to both sides. Send a man in motion. Hand it to Constantino. Did he get enough? He needed to get to the 15. He does pass it. It'll be 1st and 10. It's Constantino. Continues to chew up the Dragons here on this second drive, 5 yards at a time. First and 10 from the 15. Tied into the right. Hand off again, Constantino. Great cutback. He's got room to run to the 10-5 touchdown. James Constantino puts the Saints on top 6-3 with 6:53 remaining first quarter. Chewed him up all the way down the field, never getting outside the tackles, and had a great seam on the inside there. Made one cut, and there was nobody home.
Yep, nobody in the middle of the field. Credit them. Good blocking up front. Nice cut by Constantino.
On for the kick. Blake Zuniga sends it through. It's good. 7-6. St. Thomas Aquinas leads. 6:58 remaining first quarter. We've got ourselves the ball game here, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com and Cape.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
We're back live at Hutchinson Field. St. Thomas Aquinas answers the points put on the board with a 57-yard drive, capped off by a 15-yard run from James Constantino. Back deep, Keontae Allen, Adrian Scroggins. Allen takes it at the 12, cuts back into the middle of the field where he is drugged down at the 27-yard line. Decent return for the Dragons. They'll start their second offensive possession in their own territory.
What did you say? We had 3 offensive formations last series for the Dragons. Let's see if they can continue to mix it up like that.
Trying to keep this Saints defense off balance as much as they can early going, keep them guessing, throwing a lot at them, and also it gives you an opportunity to see exactly what alignments are going to work for you. Tied into the right, 2 receivers in this set, I formation right behind Turnbull. Fumbled the snap, picks it up, is going to get what he can. Just surges forward into 5 or 6 of the Saints. Turnbull picks up maybe 2. Nice job picking up anything after he fumbled the snap. Wet ball is going to be a factor as it continues to rain here at Hutchison Field, and the forecast doesn't call for it stopping anytime soon. Clock winds 6:30. 2nd down and 8 from just past the 30-yard line.
Need a good positive play here. Good game.
They shift Unterrecker right to left in the formation. Turn, run, counter option. Turnbull keeps it, runs in to everybody from the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints that time. Leading the charge, Parker Swanson, the 5'11", 188-pound senior linebacker. No gain, maybe a little bit as they mark it at the 31. They give him a half a football. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Dragons. 5:50 to play, opening quarter. I anticipate somewhat of a quick game, knock on wood. That's famous broadcaster's curse there. Both of these teams like to run the football. 3 receivers to the right side. That's Rogers to the right of Turnbull. In the shotgun, takes it, rolls to his right. Likes to throw from the moving pocket. And this time, he does not have enough time as he is taken down from behind. Sack on the play, number 55, Samson Schaefer. 4th down Dragons. Loss of about 7. Back to the 24-yard line. Can't see tonight. Clock at 5 minutes remaining. Back to punt in the rugby style is the quarterback, Turnbull.
Need a good snap and catch it, get the kick away.
Gets a high kick into the Dragon territory off the hands of the returner, who does come down with it. That was Christopher Schilling. Misplayed the punt, but he's able to get back on top of it. St. Thomas Aquinas will have it at their own 30, up 7-3. 4:46 remaining in the first quarter on the chains of possession.
Dragons need to come out here and get a good stop on this defensive series.
Handoff, right side. It's the first time we've seen somebody other than Constantino carry it, and it's the quarterback, Oderman. First down to the 41-yard line. I'm trying to work on this score bug. It is not exactly showing up at the top of the screen. I don't know exactly what's going on with it. I'll try to mess with it momentarily. Flex bone, wide receiver to the right side. Oderman under center. That is Mailer to the right. Man in motion, handoff and inside. No, they're going to keep it, run the option. Coming on the outside was Waltrip. Slowed him up on the carry. They're on low. Pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Nice play by Keith Waltrip there. Come up to force the issue. Hold him to a short gain.
2-yard gain on the play brings up a 2nd down and 8 for the Saints.
Second and 8 for the Saints. Oderman under center. This time they will give to Constantino. He bounces it outside. Mingarelli wraps him up. Assist on the play by Adrian Scroggins. Pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 47-yard line. Defense moving quicker to get to Oderman, get to Constantino.
Play brings up a 3rd down and 4.
Man in motion, hands off. No, he's going to keep it. He's got a room over the right side. Elijah Harris finally tracks him down, but not before a 20-yard pickup to the 32-yard line.
Big chunk play for St. Thomas.
Handoff inside. Constantino once again powers his way into the heart of the Dragon defense. Pickup of 5. He's been doing it all night long, which tells me that the offensive linemen are getting to our linebackers. Second and 5. Keeps it out on the option. Adrian Scroggins there. Had a chance in the backfield. Here comes Roark to clean up. He slips that tackle as well. Going to get a short gain to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 4. Adrian Scroggins had a chance at a good 5-6 yard loss. Great job coming up from that outside linebacker position, but you got to finish the play.
Yep, had a chance to make a big play there, like you said, Aaron, for a loss. Slips out of that. 3rd and about 3.
Constantino, following the dive back. Oderman keeps it over the left side, and it's going to be good enough for a first down. The misdirection has got me fooled up here in the booth. Papers are flying. The wind continues to pick up here at Hutchinson Field. Oderman under center. The right wing back is Leichman. Keith Waltrip comes in, hits Constantino solidly to a short pickup, give him 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. Kane Hutchison assists on the tackle. 1:37 remaining, first quarter. Aquinas leads 7-3. They're going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them back in 1 minute. You're watching high school football at ESPN.
At Kanar Eye Care, we have an uncompromised dedication to giving our patients a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision. Our 2 locations host state-of-the-art facilities with top-of-the-line diagnostic equipment and a knowledgeable staff that is always here to take care of you. At Kanar Eye Care, we accept most medical and vision insurance. Remember, a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision begins at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
If you're selling or transferring ownership of property, you owe it to yourself to call on the expertise of Crawford County Abstract. For closings, property abstracting, title insurance, and more, one call to Crawford County Abstract will take care of it all. Give David and his staff a call in Girard at 620-724-6148 or in Pittsburgh at 620-231-0870.
Back live at Hutchinson Field, 2nd down and 8 for the Saints. Pitch on the outside. Corver's there to make the play. He can't wrap him up. Loose is low. He's tracking back to his left, now back right. Adrian Scroggins is going to wrap him up at the 25-yard line. Big loss. It will now be 3rd down and about 17, I believe. Dana Corver came off the edge. That might be the right reason that the Dragons had an extra linebacker against this rushing attack of St. Thomas Aquinas. The ball spotted officially at the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 16. Tied into the left. Constantino behind Oderman. The man goes in motion to the left. They're going to run option that way. Constantino with it. He's got room on the edge up the sideline to the 10-5. James Constantino puts 6 more on the board for the Saints. They lead 13-3, but there's a flag on the field. Back at about the 24-yard line in the area of holding. Sometimes you can be too open on the edge due to a little help. It is holding called against St. Thomas Aquinas. They'll back it up 10 yards from the spot, which is about the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 26 from the 34-yard line. That is where they mark it ready for play. 45 seconds remaining, first quarter. As all of a sudden the scoreboard bug is back. I love it. I don't know what's going on here, but we fixed it accidentally.
I think St. Thomas goes to the air here.
They got a receiver split to each side. They haven't seen that formation from them yet. It's been one solid the entire time. No tight ends in the formation. They are going to back up Oderman. He's looking over the middle. Finds a man.
That's an
Flag flies. Adrian Scroggins in tight coverage as Constantino continued and still made the catch at the 19-yard line. He was tackled there, but I believe Adrian was a little bit early. .37 seconds remaining. The officials converge. That's not a spot foul. I think they'll decline it and take the outcome of the play, will they not?
Yeah, they should.
It's just a 10-yard penalty from the original line, isn't it? They gained more than 10 yards. See, the white hat goes. Pass interference called against Pittsburg High. They are going to accept it. They're going to have 3rd down and 16 now from the 24-yard line. No. They're going to give it a spot foul. I didn't think that was a spot foul. They're still talking about it. The officials converge. On camera girl tonight, Libby's doing a great job of keeping that right in the middle of the action. She's now giving me the old stink eye because I mentioned her name on air. It'll be all right. We'll make you famous. They're going to back it up to the 24-yard line. Whoa. 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 Coach Nicholson not happy about this. He's out onto the field all the way at the 15-yard line. He wants to talk to somebody. Coach Nicholson's going to have to call a timeout. He wants an explanation. He's not going to get it. He is livid on the far sideline trying to get the White Hats account. Corver comes down, not going to jump. Now they're going to call timeout St. Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas gets a timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll see Coach Nicholson's all the way out at midfield. Matter of fact, we may keep it right here. He wants to talk to somebody. We're going to step aside 30 seconds. We'll be back. Aquinas leads with 27 seconds.
Vehicle maintenance is essential to the life of your ride. Get better gas mileage and wear on your tires with proper alignment from Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburg. Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on East 4th in Pittsburg since 1948. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Whether you're a girl headed into the 3rd grade or you're nearing the end of your high school career, if you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com.
During the timeout, Coach Nicholson did not spend 1 minute of time talking to his team. He was instead out talking to the officials, and he got a change. It's going to be 3rd down at the 24. They're backing the original play back up to the 34-yard line, and it's 10 yards from that spot. I think that's the right call. I'm not going to put you on the spot as an official, Adam, but I think they're getting it right here. They're going to mark it down 15 yards, so it'll be at the 18-yard line from the original line of scrimmage. 27 seconds remaining. 3rd down, and I believe 9. 3rd and right at 10. I couldn't tell exactly where the drive or the first down start of the chains was. Tight into the right side, wide receiver to the left, flex bone formation. Oderman under center loses the ball. He curls up on top of it, and it'll now be 4th and 10. End of the quarter, the clock winds 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll take a timeout with it. At the end of 1, St. Thomas Aquinas leads 7-3, but they're knocking on the door. Big decision coming up to start the 2nd quarter.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but under certain circumstances, it may be a good option. Call me, Steve Stockard, at Wilbert & Towner, 620-231-5620 for your free consultation. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy. I will explain your rights and options. I will provide you with valuable information to help you decide if bankruptcy is right for you. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, experience, trust, and competence. 620-231-5620.
Whether you are looking to buy or sell a home, call Pittsburgh's best real estate firm, Pitt Realty, specializing in residential, commercial, rental, and appraisals. Pitt Realty staff will help you in your business needs. Pitt Realty, 1401 North Broadway.
Aaron Amershak, Adam Jamison back live at Hutchison Field as they have sent the kicking team on. Zuniga, 6 foot, 186-pound senior kicker, places it at the 25-yard line. The right-footed kicker paces it back 3 steps, straight behind. 1, 2 to the left, comes set. Long pause on the snap. It gets to his hands. He's in trouble. Zuniga over the right side, tackled from behind. The Dragons hold. Bad snap. And the driving rain as the wind continues to pick up, blowing out of the east. Something you don't see a whole lot, but it'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh at their own 26-yard line. Big play in the special teams, keeping those points off the board.
Yeah, it's a huge play. Now the Dragons need to come out here on offense and get in rhythm and put some good plays together and get a couple first downs.
They'll break the formation. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Run speed option. Pass. That's a forward pass. That is exactly the case. He pitched it forward. Coaching staff not going to be happy from Aquinas, but that was a forward pitch. Shovel pass forward, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Dangerous play at that.
Very dangerous play. But it was forward. The wing official was signaling incomplete.
Immediately.
Yes.
Turnbull to the sideline, relays the play into the offense. They break the huddle. Again, send 2 receivers to the near side. That's the wide side. I formation as they shift the tight end. Underrecker from right or left to right, McGinney the fullback. Turnbull fumbles the snap. 3rd time tonight we've seen this happen. Now 3rd and 11 as he lost about a yard on the fumbled snap. 11:35 and counting, 7-3. Aquinas on top of Pittsburgh High. Dragons turned a fumble on the opening play tonight for St. Thomas Aquinas into 3 points. St. Thomas Aquinas then answered with a 56-yard drive. Constantino capping it off with a 15-yard run. 3 receivers right side. They're going to roll. Screen pass on the backside, and Sherrick Allen has some room. Cuts back to the 40. Still on his feet. 45.
Ball's
Taken
out.
down there.
Ball's out.
Ball's loose. They say he's down. No, they don't. They signal Aquinas football. The Saints will take over at the Dragon 44-yard line. Boy, that extra effort from Sherrick got the ball stripped. You can't fault the guy for giving it his all there, but you got to cover it up in traffic.
Especially in weather like this. That was a nice play call. Coach Nicholson and his staff. Dragon D going to have to bow up here.
1st and 10 Saints at the Dragon 44. Again, the 4-man defensive front. They're walking Corver up, almost giving it a 5-man look. This is an old Pitt State 4-4 look, walking to the outside backer up. Send a man in motion. They're going to pitch it to him over on the left side. Running hard is Roark, and he gets him with the ankle tackle. Zach coming up from free safety. In space, he's got speed, didn't break down, but he still secured it with the arm.
Yep. Nice read there by Zach. Came hard up the field. Held on there kind of as he slid past him a little bit in the wet weather.
Loss of 2, Deron Lowe on the carry. So they now bring in Rainmakers on the left side. To the right side is Leakum. There is an official timeout. Working on some equipment on the back side. That's Keontae Allen working on a shoelace. Wide receiver to the right side, flex bone for the Saints. They send a man in motion. That's Raymakers. Oderman's going to keep it, nowhere to go. Short gain, if any. It'll be bring up 3rd down and 11.
First 2 plays here, the Dragon defensive line's done a nice job.
Devron Duncan's getting some better penetration along with Kane Hutchison. Last year it was Hutchison and Markley really controlling the tackles inside, allowing those linebackers to run free. We didn't see much of that in that first quarter. That's where Constantino was picking up 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. Now the D-line occupying some bodies and letting the linebackers fly and make a play. Again, Logos in motion. Back to pass, going deep. Oderman up the left side. It's a wobbler over the head of all intended receivers. It'll bring up 4th down and 10.
Pretty good coverage there by the Dragons. Tough to throw the ball in this kind of weather.
Liking the intended receiver. That was a wounded duck going up there.
Yep.
It's just about weather for duck season.
Yeah, it is.
This wind blew through. Chilled things off. It was, what, 65, 70 degrees just a couple of days ago. It feels a lot colder than that right now.
I was cold last night working a game up at Jayhawk Land.
On to punt. Alex Specken.
Do we see a fake here maybe, Aaron?
I don't think so, not in this weather. Too much to go wrong. Back deep, Allen and Roark. Wobbling snap back to the punter. He fields it, kicks it. It's a nice tight spiral. Roark's going to field it. It bounces off of him. Still loose. Dragons are going to recover inside their own 5. That's dangerous. You get inside the 10, let that ball bounce if you ask me. 7-3, Aquinas leads. 9:29 remains in the first half on the chains of possession. Dragons are going to have to put some work together here if they want to add some points before the break. So I'm hanging out the window, watching to the left side. We're tight up here. 4 coaches up in the box, along with a couple of cameramen, and then our 3-man crew. Driving rain here at Hutchison Field. Appreciate you tuned in at our live YouTube streaming page, also at ESPN1007.com and KPreps.com. Turnbull under center, I formation behind him. Turn, hands off, left side. That's Sherrick Rogers. Breaks the tackle at the 5, out to the 7 before he's finally brought down. Coming off of the pile for St. Thomas Aquinas, Jared Flood, the strong safety.
Nice play on first down, gain of about 5.
Little breathing room coming out of the west end zone. Wide to the right, Kangan Cole. To the left is Keontae Allen. Again, I formation behind Turnbull. This time, option read. Turnbull keeps it himself, gets out past the 10 before he's tripped up there. The Saints are fired up. Christopher Schilling making the stop. 3rd down for the Dragons, 4 yards to gain the first. Ballboy, very important job tonight on the far sideline, Adam. That is your child tonight, Cole, getting the job done over there and keeping these balls dry and rotated. Not the job I would want tonight.
No, it's almost an impossible job.
Tied into the right side. Wide receiver to the right as well. Handoff. Rogers makes a man miss. Looking for space. Gets it. That's a nice game. Ball loose. They're going to rule him down by contact, and I don't know. I think he only picked up 3. He's going to be a little short.
Yep.
It'll all come down to the spot. It is going to be 4th down. Boy, it's a gutsy call here. You're deep in your own territory. 7:49. I don't know. Coach may take 20 seconds to think about it and call timeout. There's 15 on the play clock. They do not appear to be any hurry. That's going to be the case. What's going to happen? 7:30 remaining as the timeout will be called. We'll take it with him. St. Thomas Aquinas leads. Coach Nicholson's got some thinking to do. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also
We're back live at Hutchinson Field. The Dragons going to go for it deep in their own territory. Turnbull under center. Hands off McGinney, the big fullback, plows his way through. He's got enough for the first down. Move the chains. This drive will continue on the back of the senior fullback, Dante McGinney. Stop on the inside, made by Angel Dominguez, 6'3", 250-pound linebacker / defensive end.
It's a big first down for the Dragon offense. Good series there. Get them out of the shadow of their own goal line.
It's got to give you a lot of confidence to be able to pick up that yard when you need it, deep in your own territory. I formation, a receiver to each side. Turnbull runs the counter play in the backfield. Sherrick Rogers has some space out to the 20 before he's hauled down there by a couple of Saints. Leading the charge there was Landon Delaney.
Another nice play on first down. Pick up of what, about 4?
About 4, maybe 5 yards there.
Yep.
Opens up a lot of the playbook for you. First time we've seen that counter play tonight, trying to keep the defense honest. Dragons do run a lot of lead, so when you can send one guy one way or the other, countering, catch him with a false step. Inside give, Dante. Not a lot of room to work there. He's taken to the turf once again. Dominguez on the stop. He is a big boy.
Yeah, he is.
I'll tell you, 6'3", 250. He looks much bigger than that.
Yeah, he's really thick in the trunk there, big, thick legs. Good-looking football player.
Dragons break the huddle, 3rd down and 5 after the short game from McGinney. Ty Cicero in at the tight end on the right side. Heavy set for the Dragons that way. Turnbull fumbles the snap. Still loose. The Saints motioning like they've got it. They're trying to peel bodies off the pile. They're jumping. They're celebrating. And the white hat says it is St. Thomas Aquinas football. The Dragons answered the call last time they turned it over in their own territory. We'll see if they can do it again. 5:41 remaining in the first half. St. Thomas Aquinas with the football in the lead. 7-3. They'll have it at the Dragon 22-yard line.
Yep, I'm going to ask the defense to stand up here and hold them out of the end zone one more time.
The defense has been the strength of this Dragon squad all season long. They're going to have to get after him here. Flexbone, man in motion, turn, handoff. Constantino over the middle. Mingarelli meets him after a short gain. He heads to the turf there. Coming in to help on the assist, Dana Corver, outside linebacker, pickup of 3, maybe 4. As the clock winds, under 5.5 to play. Quarterback Oderman looking to the sideline once again for the play call. Looked to the sideline 2 more times before he finally was comfortable. They break the huddle with 10. Hustle to the line of scrimmage, tied into the right side. Flexbone, wide receiver to the left. 5-man front for the Dragons. Turn, hand off Constantino. He shuffles, nowhere to go. Ball loose, still loose. Unterrecker dives on it, and they give it right back to the Dragons. Boy, what is that, the 5th, maybe 6th fumble?
Yeah.
We've had 3 quarterback exchange fumbles and then 3 in the game. I think that's the 6th turnover here in the first half. My stat taking capabilities are horrible, especially on nights like tonight where we are cramped in the booth. Not a lot of room to work. 1st and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line. 4:55 on the change of possession. Turnbull leads the Dragons out. Signals the play. He's got his hands in the warmer trying to keep him as fresh as possible tonight, as dry as possible.
That's going to be tough tonight.
Turn, toss, sweep. Rogers over the right side. He's got it tucked up in there tight. Shuffles, waits. Now he's going to turn back to his left. He's in trouble. Dominguez trying to track him down. Grabbed him by the back of the neck and hauls him to the turf. Big loss back to the 13-yard line of Pittsburg High. It's dangerous. Never looked comfortable once he got the ball in his hands.
Nope.
Getting to the edge.
Nope, he did not on that play right there. Offense needs to get some yards here. Hold on to the ball.
Heavy set once again on the right side. Turnbull fumbled the snap. Picks up maybe 2 to the 15. 3rd down and 21. So they rotate balls to try to get a dry one and set it down to get rained on. It's just one of those, you're never going to win that battle tonight.
No, you're not.
Driving rain continues here at Hutchinson Field with 3:44 remaining first half. Aaron Amershek, Adam Jamison along with Libby Shea running the camera. Bring you this matchup, number 3 Aquinas and number 4 Pittsburg. Sorry about that, Adam.
It's all right.
Counter play, left side, Rogers, nowhere to go. Ran into a wall of white on that left side.
I think that was Dominguez in there again.
He is causing havoc on the inside.
I think you're right. 250 might be a little light for him. He looks bigger than that to me.
We're a long ways away, and he looks big.
Yeah.
Spread punt formation, Turnbull back. 4th and 22. Deep for Aquinas. Sam Raymakers. The snap to Turnbull. Shuffles to his right, gets it away. It's high, it's short. Is going to bounce at the 30. Corralled there as it started to check back up. Sherrick Rogers, the long snapper, downs it for the Dragons, and again, short field for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Kicking into that wind coming out of the east pretty hard there. Can the Dragon defense stand up one more time?
Well, they're going to have to. They're going to have to. 2:40 remaining. This would be a big stop to keep points off the board before the break. Four guys with their hand in the dirt. Corver walked up on the outside. Scroggins is also there. They're really loading the box. Toss sweep right side. Constantino hit by Will Mingarelli, coming up off the pile as well. Kane Hutchinson.
They've done a better job with Constantino here the last 4 or 5 series. Not that he couldn't take that slide step and make the cut that he does, but they've done a better job here.
I haven't seen him spin like he was in the first opening couple of drives. The Dragons may be getting a little bit more pad on him. Looks like they had 2-minute motion at the snap, no call. Handoff inside, Constantino. He moves the pile forward, pick up a 4. It'll be 3rd down and short for the Saints. I thought both of those wingbacks started going at the snap.
That's what it looked like to me.
I like to motion one of them typically almost every single play. Constantino behind the quarterback Oderman. Wingbacks to each side, tied into the right. Turn, Constantino ran right by him with Mingarelli. Roark comes up to make the stop. Will guessing there, well, not really guessing, in on a blitz, and he was just a hole over. Couldn't break down to make the play. 95 seconds remaining in the quarter. They'll move the chains. The clock stops till they get them set. Ball marked at the 14-yard line. Aquinas trying to poke one in before the half. Carter Oderman under center. Handoff, Constantino. He tries to slide to his left and runs in to the Dragons. Mingarelli again. Kane Hutchinson, who is a little slow on the turf. He's up. They were motioning to the sideline. Jose Estrada is going to come in to give Kane a breather.
Might have a stinger there, looks like maybe, Aaron.
Well, he's been battling a high ankle sprain for the past couple of weeks. They'd limit him to offense only last week. He's back to both sides of the football tonight. Estrada's going to have to step up big. completely different ball game in this weather tonight than what I was anticipating between these two, but turnovers have been an issue. Oderman keeps it over the right side, follows his running back Constantino, and in for the touchdown. Everybody came down on the dive back. Nobody took quarterback, and he was home free to the end zone. 13-3, 54 seconds remaining in the first half.
You have to kind of lull you to sleep. That dive, and quarterback pulls it, keeps it, in for the touchdown.
On for the PAT. It is up, and it is good. Aquinas on top of the Dragons, 14-3, 54 seconds remaining. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching high school football at ESPN 1006.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
We're back live at Hutchinson Field. Aaron Amershek, Adam Jamison. Libby Shea working the camera for us tonight. Producer, on-site engineer. She fixes all the problems, as long as we don't have any. The Saints will kick off right to left, back deep for the Dragons. Scroggins and Keontae Allen. It heads towards Allen, and it's headed towards the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Dragons will have it. 54 seconds remaining. Kane Hutchinson coming back out offensively, it appears, for the Dragons. Good to see him back out there. Excuse me. Yeah, that's him right there. No, that's 54. Excuse me, Corver. Reading the wrong numbers. '74, P.J. Mansour takes his spot at right guard. Turn, handoff, Rogers over the right side, trying to get to the edge. He's got a 25-yard line, drugged down from behind. Short gain of 5, clock stops. They called him out of bounds.
I think there's a timeout for Aquinas.
Timeout, St. Thomas Aquinas. They may be trying to play a little clock, see if they can't get a little bit left, force the Dragons to punt into this wind again. We'll keep it right here during this timeout as St. Thomas Aquinas leads 14-3, and really rain has been the issue. Neither of these two teams have looked terribly impressive, but the difference is field position. St. Thomas Aquinas has had it in their favor and been able to poke it in. They did score on a 54-yard drive in their opening touchdown, but the last two possessions they've had it starting inside Dragon territory. That's been the difference maker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the last three possessions started inside the Dragon 30 or right at the 30. As good as they are on offense, that's a tall task to hold them out 3 drives in a row like that.
Well, and you can't rely on the turnover. I know they were getting stops first, second down, and they fumbled it 2 possessions ago, but you've got to be able to slow them down, and you can't forget about the quarterback in this option game. Dragons break the huddle. It's Fort Scott trailing Paola 14-0 at the half. That shocks me a little bit. Coach Dumpert's got his Panthers ready to go. As Turnbull again fumbles the snap, in trouble, gets what he can, falls forward, pickup of 2. Again, St. Thomas Aquinas is going to call a timeout. This time we'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1006.
The year is 2045, and Jim has just paid off his student loans. Jim is very excited. Wait, student loans? You paying off the kids?
Nope, these are mine. 30 years ago, I graduated, and I paid every month since.
Wow, that is a long time. Gosh, I paid mine off more than 20 years ago, Jim.
Well, how'd you do that?
I went to Fort Scott Community College. My first 2 years of college cost 60% less than I would have paid for the same hours at a public 4-year university.
Oh, I see. I thought I was too smart to go to community college.
Fort Scott Community College. Cheaper and smarter.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, Vietti Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. Vietti Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
We're back at Hutchfield, 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter. I just realized I hadn't changed the score bug to the second quarter. The defense flip-flops as the Dragons come out heavy set to the left, offset eye that way, toss sweep. Rogers cuts back on the inside, room to run out past the 35-yard line. He moves the chains. The clock stops with 33 seconds to reset him. Ball at the 31-yard line.
It's a big first down there for the Dragons. Nice run by Rogers, nice job up front by the offensive line. Had a little lane there to run in and got the first down for us.
I wonder if we don't see more of that heavy set.
Yeah.
Allow the Dragons to run essentially student body right and left. They come out, this time heavy to the right side. Roark in the slot with his hand to the ground. Toss sweep, Rogers running the alley for the Saints and making the stop. That's Dominguez once again. That boy's all over the field.
For a big guy, he's got good speed, too.
That takes us to the half. St. Thomas Aquinas leads Pittsburgh High 14-3. We'll take a little bit longer of a break, pay some bills, come back and break down the first half, get you some scores from across the state. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com and KPreps.com.
There's a place where extraordinary things happen every day. One location with skilled surgeons, nurses, and other caring professionals, equipped with the most advanced technology in the region for all types of surgery, general and specialized, from orthopedics to bariatrics and gynecology to urology. A comforting place we see friends and neighbors with a name you've known and trusted for years. Via Christi Pittsburgh, because your life matters.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Watco Companies has been a member of the Pittsburgh community since 1983. Now a national freight transportation provider, Watco serves customers in 26 states by offering transportation, mechanical, and transload services. Whether transporting potatoes from Idaho, replacing rail cars in Iowa, or transloading rock in Alabama, Watco will never forget their roots because there's no place like home. Watco supports Pittsburgh community athletics and wishes all area teams the best of luck.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hicus Masonry the first choice for your next project.
Whether you're a girl headed into the 3rd grade or you're nearing the end of your high school career, if you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com.
Join millions of fans watching and streaming events live on theCUBE. Download our app for Android or iOS
investment
today.
approaches.
Conant needs a victory and a Barrington loss to at least get a share of the title. That's Turner again, and another big hole, and he's still going, a late flag, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown, and he may have been grabbed. I think it may have been a face mask, but what a run by Joshua Turner. He kept on going, kept on churning. His knee did not hit.
That's 232-3120. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
We all know about the weather here in the 4 states. Just wait 15 minutes and it's liable to change. We also know that when it decides to get hot, it gets really hot. Take a little advice from your friends at CDL Electric Heating and Cooling, and before summer really sets in, have CDL check your home or business cooling system. CDL is the most trusted name in the area for HVAC. From installation to preventative maintenance, CDL is the only name you need to know. Beat the heat. Call CDL Electric Heating and Cooling today at 620-231-6420.
We often talk about how to make a long story short. We often want the abbreviated version of a very long story. And in your life, you may very well have a long story, a love story that's been years in the making, years in the writing, years of loving her, standing by her, her standing by you. How do you make that beautiful and long story short? How can you tell that story, perhaps without any words at all? I'm Jill Como. Your anniversary gift of a diamond from Como Jewelry tells your wife and the world of a love deeper and richer than you ever thought possible. And when she sees her new diamond sparkling up at her, you really don't need to say a word. What you tell her with that diamond is all she needs to know. The beautiful story of your love catches fire every time she holds it up to the light. For her, for you, for everyone to see. Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh. This anniversary, give her the very brilliant story of your lifelong love for her.
Commerce Bank spot number 140249205. Convenience 30 seconds.
Hi there, this is Agent Access with Commerce Bank, and I'm always working behind the scenes to make banking more convenient. That's why we help you manage your kids' spending with a reloadable prepaid Visa My Spending card. It's why we have more than 375 smarter ATMs in convenient locations. It's why we issue your debit card on the same day you open a checking account. And it's why we have those air tube suction thingies at the drive-thru. Never gets old. This is Commerce Bank, member FDIC.
If you're selling or transferring ownership of property, you owe it to yourself to call on the expertise of Crawford County Abstract. For closings, property abstracting, title insurance, and more, one call to Crawford County Abstract will take care of it all. Give David and his staff a call in Girard at 620-724-6148 or in Pittsburgh at 620-231-0870.
Right now is a great time to join Crestwood Country Club. The 2015 membership drive is in full swing and loaded with incentives to join, like zero initiation fee for all new members to sign on for 24 months. But that's not all. Any new golf member will receive free golf cart usage for all of 2015. That's a $600 value. Just looking at the social side of membership, there are incentives for you as well. All new social members will receive 3 $20 dining certificates. which more than covers the first month's dues. At Crestwood Country Club, family comes first, offering a variety of holiday and social events designed for everyone to enjoy, not to mention the pool and playground areas. And who can forget about the golf? Crestwood offers one of the premier courses in the entire four-state area, to go along with the SEK Golf Learning Center, which has several target greens and short game practice areas. Visit them online at countryclub@crestwood.com.
Before investing your hard-earned money, make sure you have the best possible information, your financial advisor understands your objectives, and you've called John Eisen at Edward Jones. Whether you need information about stocks, tax advantage bonds, mutual funds, or a retirement plan rollover, they can help. John Eisen is your local financial advisor. He will even make house calls. Before investing your hard-earned money, call John Eisen today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Like to wish a good luck to Mackenzie Wilkes and Connor Southard at the state cross country.
Aaron Emershak back live. We're at halftime. St. Thomas Aquinas leads 14-3. Apologize for the mishap we had there. I was trying to look up some scores online and accidentally brought up a page that had some live video going, and we got a little bit of that as well. But we're back here and live at the half as this rain has made this game completely different than I think anybody across the state imagined. There's been 6 or 7 fumbles here through the first half. The Dragons took one, turned it into 3 points. St. Thomas Aquinas turned one, turned it into 7. They also mounted a drive, 54 yards for their 2 touchdowns, and that's where we stand. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. James Constantino, as advertised, comes in and first couple of drives chewing up 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. Sherrick Allen hasn't been able to get going, and that is due in large part to the defensive front from St. Thomas Aquinas. Angel Dominguez is all over the place. He is making plays on the edge, making plays in the backfield, and eating up this offensive line, who has, through 8 games, been spectacular. But one thing this Dragon team has been able to do in the years past and this year as well is make adjustments at the half. This coaching staff is fantastic about relaying what the kids need to do once they can get them all in the room. It's tough. A lot of these Dragons go both ways, and it's hard to get on the sideline and get that time you need with the coach. During the half, they'll be underneath working on these things. Both squads need to take care of the football. But at this point, up 11, you can be a lot more passive with your play calling if you're St. Thomas Aquinas. You don't have to be quite as aggressive. Pittsburg High has been aggressive with their play calling, going to the air 3 or 4 or 5 times throughout the course of the first half. And I think maybe a little bit more as Adam Jamison jumps up in here with me as well, talking about some of the adjustments made. Down 11, I was just saying I think Aquinas can be a little bit more passive with their play calling in this rain. Pittsburg High maybe overly aggressive in the first half, but they're going to need to continue to do that in order to pick up these 11 points that they're down at this point.
Yeah, I wonder if we won't see that kind of throwback screen again here in the second half. We ran it once, I think. I don't know what we picked up, 10 or 15 yards on it, but it was kind of our only big chunk play. And I just wonder if we won't come back to that maybe once or twice more. Try to cut the deficit down a little bit. It's going to be tough in this weather.
It continues to driving rain here. It's not the biggest drops, but they are coming down hard and fast. I think we're the only ones that are somewhat dry up here in the booth. Defensively, Pittsburg High found an answer for Constantino, but in the process lost track of Carter Oderman a couple of times. He scored the last time Aquinas had the football. They've got to continue to fly to the football, but they can't be guessing when they get there. They got to break down and go. It's hard not to be overly aggressive when the juices are going and you're down and you're trying to make big plays. But against this flex bone, it is responsibility football first, and you've got to take care of your job and rely on the other 10 guys on the field to do theirs as well.
Yeah, assignment and alignment. Do your job. Let everybody else do theirs. They did make a nice adjustment on Constantino there. First series and a half, he really had a lot of room to run, had that spin move. Like you said, we hadn't seen that since, but the defense made a nice adjustment there and kind of bottled him up for the most part for the rest of the half.
We're going to step aside here on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show, come back, and we'll try to track down some other 5A scores from across the state. Here at Hutch Field, St. Thomas Aquinas leads Pittsburg High 14-3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brent Cousins. SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross. We would like to say thank you to all of our patients, past and present, for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Whether you are looking to buy or sell a home, call Pittsburgh's best real estate firm, Pitt Realty, specializing in residential, commercial, rental, and appraisals. Pitt Realty staff will help you in your business needs. Pitt Realty, 1401 North Broadway.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but under certain circumstances, it may be a good option. Call me, Steve Stockard, at Wilbert & Towner, 620-231-5620 for your free consultation. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy. I will explain your rights and options. I will provide you with valuable information to help you decide if bankruptcy is right for you. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, experience, trust, and competence. 620-231-5620.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
At Kanar Eye Care, we have an uncompromised dedication to giving our patients a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision. Our 2 locations host state-of-the-art facilities with top-of-the-line diagnostic equipment and a knowledgeable staff that is always here to take care of you. At Kanar Eye Care, we accept most medical and vision insurance. Remember, a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision begins at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Aaron Amershak, Adam Jamison back here live at Hutchinson Field. Libby Shea working the camera for us. Tracking down scores as I roll through here. Our partners at Scores in Kansas getting you some updates from across the state. We'll roll through what he has posted at the half. Mays leads the Made-South 7-6. Concordia over Clay Center 6-0. These are all halftime scores. Bishop Carroll on top of Valley Center by a score of 6-0. Eudora 26, Baldwin 6. Wichita Northwest 21. Hutchinson 14 here locally in southeast Kansas. Chanute on top of Levette County 26-14 at the half. Lansing tied with Leavenworth at 13. Mulvane leads Rose Hill 27-0. Another local score, Columbus all over Parsons 26-0 at the half. Out west, Great Bend 14, Salina South 13. Ulysses leads Wellington. That is 24-0 that score. Lawrence on top of Olathe East 28-0. Olathe South 9, Gardner Edgerton 0. Another Western Kansas score, Dodge City 7, Garden City 6. Buhler up on Abilene by a score of 14-0 at the half. Olathe North leads Olathe Northwest 7-3. Boy, a lot of low-scoring games. Imagine that with the rain coming across Kansas tonight.
Yeah.
We continue to roll on. Independence 14, Augusta 7. Aquinas leads here 14-3 at the half. Liberal on top of Ark City 7-6. Frontenac 20, Baxter Springs 0. A game taking place 27 miles south of here in Baxter Springs. Chapman over Smoky Valley 8-0. Campus leads Wichita South 7-0. Halftime score here in the SEK. Paola 14. Fort Scott 0, Wichita East on top of Wichita Southeast. Not on top. That's a 0-0 score. Emporia leads Andover 27-0. Cape and Mount Carmel 17. Wichita Heights 14. Free State 7-0 over Topeka High. Those are all halftime scores. We'll take another break here on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. Come back and talk about some third quarter adjustments, what these teams may need to do, what these coaches may be talking to their kids. It's obviously got to be very frustrating for these kids to play a half of football unlike any that they have played coming up until this point in the season. All that and more on the other side of this short timeout. Aquinas leads Pittsburgh 14
Grilling season is year-round in these parts, and you can almost hear the sizzle of a juicy steak. Don't forget to check your propane levels, and if you're low, it's time to head to Kirkland Welding Supply. Most 20-pound grill tank exchanges contain only 17 to 18 pounds of propane, but at Kirkland's, when you get your grill tank filled, you will receive 20 pounds of propane. Why pay for propane you're not getting? Kirkland Welding Supply, 3rd and Joplin in Pittsburg, and at 1301 East Wall in Fort Scott, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to noon on Saturday.
We often talk about how to make a long story short. We often want the abbreviated version of a very long story. And in your life, you may very well have a long story, a love story that's been years in the making, years in the writing, years of loving her, standing by her, her standing by you. How do you make that beautiful and long story short? How can you tell that story perhaps without any words at all? I'm Jill Como. Your anniversary gift of a diamond from Como Jewelry tells your wife and the world of a love deeper and richer than you ever thought possible. And when she sees her new diamond sparkling up at her, you really don't need to say a word. What you tell her with that diamond is all she needs to know. The beautiful story of your love catches fire every time she holds it up to the light. For her, for you, for everyone to see. Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburg. This anniversary, give her the very brilliant story of your lifelong love for her.
The year is 2045, and Jim has just paid off his student loans. Jim is very excited. Wait, student loans? You paying off the kids?
Nope, these are mine. 30 years ago, I graduated, and I paid every month since.
Wow, that is a long time. Gosh, I paid mine off more than 20 years ago, Jim.
Well, how'd you do that?
I went to Fort Scott Community College. My first 2 years of college cost 60% less than I would have paid for the same hours at a public 4-year university.
Oh, I see. I thought I was too smart to go to community college.
Fort Scott Community College. Cheaper and smarter.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hicus Masonry the first choice for your next project.
Jock Snitch Sporting Goods. Jock Snitch Sporting Goods. For whatever game you play, you play to win with the sports look of today.
Train all night, know the score. Get the styles they can't ignore. Do it right, go all the way.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting Goods from Jock's Niche.
And if you hook your...
We're back live here at Hutchinson Field, Aaron Amershack. Adam Jameson, Libby Shea is continuing to layer up here in the press box. She is now in 3 different jackets and a scarf as the wind continues to howl and the rain continues to fall. It has been like this since about 2 o'clock this afternoon here in Pittsburgh, and it doesn't show any signs of letting up. 14-3, St. Thomas Aquinas leads the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. Both teams are out of the locker rooms ready to go, and we talked about it before. Some adjustments made, and I think these kids need to realize the environment they're playing in and play within themselves within it. I think that can be hard to do when things aren't going your way the way that they've been going through 8 weeks of the season. Frustration can set in. You got to relax, calm back, and go back to the basics.
Yeah, you got to put the weather aside, as tough as that may be. Do your best to put the weather out of your mind. Stay calm, make the plays, do the things you need to do.
St. Thomas Aquinas will kick to the Dragons, moving right to left. As I will fix the score bug to say third quarter, and we'll be ready to go. I apologize. I missed the second quarter for quite a while. I'm going to get the third quarter going here. And score is updated and correct. I appreciate those of you texting in and letting us know. Sometimes I forget about the scorebug. My bad. Always nice to have the viewers and watch the game online at ESPN1007.com. We've got quite a few of you. The weather may have something to do with that. The fans in attendance trying to make things happen for the Dragons and get behind them.
I got a number of texts there at halftime. Viewers at home watching it, Aaron.
That's good to know somebody's out there.
Yep.
I polled them last week. How are they watching on their smart TVs or iPads or telephones or tablets? Amazon Fire Sticks as they send it deep. Adrian Scroggins fields it at the 5, into the wedge at the 20. Makes a man miss at the 25. Keeps moving out towards the 30, 35 before he's finally drugged down. Adrian Scroggins giving the Dragons some pretty good starting position here to open the third quarter.
That's a nice kick return there. I thought he might try to kick it out of the end zone with the wind, and a nice job by Adrian to get upfield. And you can see St. Thomas there trying to strip the ball as they had him kind of stood up there. He did a nice job of hanging on to the football.
Going into this wind was a thorn in the Dragons for the third quarter. St. Thomas Aquinas making them do it here again in the third quarter of action. Heavy set left side, I formation, offset to the left as well. Turnbull gets everybody where he wants them, crawls up under center. Turn, handoff, isolation. Sherrick shifts left immediately when he gets the football, and that's because the Saints were coming from every direction.
Number 6 was up in there. You got your sheet handy, Aaron?
6 is Nick Buley. Nate Woods goes to the sideline. They bring in a couple of wide receivers for this 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go on that isolation play. 2 receivers to the near side. That's Roark and Harris. I formation behind Turnbull, tied into the left. They're going to shift him from left to right. That's Unterrecker. Dillon sat out last week battling turf toe. They run the option. Turnbull ran into a wall on the edge, spun out of it, and just turned upfield and picks up 5-6 yards.
Yep.
It'll be 3rd down and about 7. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
Nice job by Spencer to make something out of nothing there. And I thought he was stacked up at or behind the line of scrimmage and came out of there and got upfield for a nice gain.
Turnbull breaks the huddle. This time the Dragons will send 3 receivers to the right side. Keontae Allen goes wide to the left. Shotgun formation. Sherrick Rogers to the right of Turnbull. Kicks his legs for the snap, rolls to his right. Dominguez is all over him. With a floater up in the air, knocked down at the 50-yard line. Making the play there, Lee Davis, I believe. Excuse me, that's 34, Jared Flood. 4th down, 7 yards, opening possession of the third quarter. St. Thomas Aquinas leads Pittsburg High 14-3. Both of these teams are in next week. It's just a matter of where they're going to fit into that bracket. They set the ball, ready to play. Spread punt formation. The rugby punch, you always got to be wary of the fake. Turnbull, long snap count. Moves to his right. Puts boot into ball. It's a low liner into this wind. Best decision he could have made. It bounces at the 25, or excuse me, the 35, rolls inside the 30 before it is down at the 27-yard line. St. Thomas Aquinas take over their first possession of the second half there, 1st and 10. Here comes Carter Oderman in the offense.
Nice punt by Spencer. Like you said, it was low into the wind, got what he could out of it. Dragons defense on the field now.
I don't know that thing got much more than 7 feet off the turf. He's lucky he didn't hit somebody in the back of the head. 4-man front for the Dragons.
Looked like my 3 would.
It's not in the tree, so it doesn't look like mine. Man in motion, inside give. Constantino, big seam up the middle, cuts back to the near sideline, slips on the turf at the 43. Keontae Allen, the closest man to him. Move the chains, 1st and 10. Big pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, nice big hole up the middle for St. Thomas Aquinas and Constantino there.
Reminiscent of the opening couple of drives for St. Thomas.
Very much so, Aaron.
Corver has moved to a down lineman. He's taken the spot of Kane Hutchinson at the D tackle. Kane's moved out. They have gone straight to a 5-man front. Corver at the nose guard. Oderman keeps it over the left side. Nate Woods along with Hutchison there to make the stop, but not before Oderman picks up 6 on 1st and 10. It'll be 2nd and short with 9:35 to play third quarter. St. Thomas gets the ball placed just inside the 50 in Dragon territory.
Dragons ran a little run blitz there, and St. Thomas did a nice job picking it up.
Again, the Dragons move to this 5-man front. Little miscue on the snap, and Oderman just hangs on to it, turns his back to the defense, and falls to the turf. Loss of 3. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll say 7-6, long 6.
Another blitz there by the Dragons. Keith Walter coming again. Right through the A-gap.
Long huddle this time for the Saints as they break it with 15 on the play clock. No hurry to get to the ball. This time Constantino at a wing back along with Lowe. Oderman keeps it right side. Enough for the first down. Lowers his shoulder into row arc and picks up about 3 more. 1st and 10 at the 42 of Pittsburg High.
Yeah, Oderman 6'2", 201. That's a nice-sized quarterback.
Good-looking kid.
Yep.
In his 2nd year running the offense for head coach Randy Dreiling. Brought the flex bone from Hutch to the city. Has been successful. The Saints played in the 5A state championship game last year. Again, flex bone formation. Split wide to the left is Mailer. Long pause as they wait at the offensive line. They're going to call a timeout. Didn't exactly like the defense that they were looking at. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. Aquinas driving here in the early third quarter. They lead Pittsburg High 14-7. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the 4-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Vehicle maintenance is essential to the life of your ride. Get better gas mileage and wear on your tires with proper alignment from Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburg. Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on East 4th in Pittsburg since 1948. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Aaron Amshak, Adam Jamison back. 1st down and 10. So they've sent a man in motion, give it left side. That's Constantino. Nate Woods, the right defensive end, collars him from behind and brings him to the turf. Short gain. 2nd and 7. Woods, fine job fighting off that block and making a stop there at the edge. Something the Dragons have not done very well tonight is control the edge. Trevor Kent out this evening. Suffered an ankle injury last week against Southwest. 5-man front. Oderman keeps it over the left. Mingarelli wraps him up as he crosses the 35-yard line down to the 34. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Saints. Just chewing up yardage at a time. This is old school power football. 3 yards in a cloud of dust will put you towards the end zone. It just may take a while.
Yep, chewing up clock as they go, too.
3rd and 2. As the clock winds, 7:20 and counting, third quarter. Wind continues to fall, the rain continues to fall, and the wind continues to blow out of the east. Oderman in the flex bone spins, hands to Constantino. He gets 1st down yardage down to the 30-yard line. Move the chains. They'll be marked down there. Mingarelli coming up to help was Roark from the safety spot. Libby, can you feel your fingers? She shakes her head no. It's a cold night here at Hutch Field. Flexbone, Dragons stacking the box. Oderman, it's Mingarelli, that was Waltrip, nearly had him in the backfield. Boy, great blitz call, and Keith just couldn't quite get him wrapped up. Oderman picks up 3. Make it 4. It'll be second down and 6 from the 25-yard line. Online video and broadcast of St. Thomas Aquinas and Pittsburg High School, brought to you by Via Christi Health. Again, Waltrip on the blitz, right by Constantino. He gets into the secondary before he's taken to the turf. Mingarelli along with Corver on the stop, coming from the backside linebacker.
I've been watching the St. Thomas offensive line, and kind of back to what we said, start the game. They do come off the ball hard, Aaron.
Well, knowing the snap can helps, and they are taking full advantage and getting out of their stances.
Yep.
Pad level is amazingly low, something I've commented on several times over the course of this season. As the offense moved, the linebackers were coming. I don't know if Underrecord jumped or not, but the left tackle moved. There was also some movement on the defensive front for Pittsburg High. It's just a matter of who the refs saw first.
Yep.
It appears Pittsburg High seems to be pretty happy about the call. They're clapping their hands. It's going to back up the Saints a little bit, much to the chagrin of the St. Thomas Aquinas faithful beneath us.
Yeah, as long as the defensive player's not in that neutral zone.
He can move.
Yep.
And the Dragons were guessing. They were sending a couple of linebackers on the blitz. They were coming up. They never got to it. They, again, 5-man front for Pittsburg High. They've got their defensive linemen with some pretty good gaps between them, trying to cover some room. Handoff left side, Constantino right behind the tackle, picks up 3. Inside the 20, they'll mark it. Keith Waltrip there on the stop. Also, Jose Estrada assisting on the play. Oderman quickly to the ball. Runs lead play. That's just straight quarterback dive, and he takes it over the right side. And the 2 lead blockers ate up the linebackers, and Oderman found a seam to the end zone. St. Thomas Aquinas leads 20-3 with 4:54 remaining third quarter.
Old school, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and then they pop one just like that. Big chunk play.
Lull you to sleep.
Yep.
The PAT forthcoming. Snap is good, hold is down, and the kick sails through. St. Thomas Aquinas now leads 21-3. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com and kpreps.com.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburgh and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers.
Aquinas sends it deep into the end zone.
When you choose an attorney,
the Dragons will start first and 10 at their own 20 with 4:54 remaining third quarter. Aquinas playing some power football, and they are winning the point of attack at the offensive line thus far.
Yep, it's the oldest cliche in the book. Football games are won and lost up front, but it is true.
Especially in sloppy, wet games like we're seeing here tonight. Just imagine if this was the old natural grass, because this has been coming down all day long today. Inside give, Dante Mangini. Nowhere to go. There to make the stop for St. Thomas Aquinas. Joe Clune, inside linebacker. Give him 2 yards. I wasn't sure they were going to give him that. That's a generous spot on forward progress. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers in the formation. They're going to send Elijah Harris on the jet sweep. He fumbled it. He's in trouble. Ball still loose. Still loose. Finally, one of the St. Thomas Aquinas corrals it, and it's 1st and goal to go right at the 10 for the Saints. Dangerous play. That's a timing play and a wet ball, and it did not work out well for the Dragons. This could break this game wide open, potentially in this weather, put it out of reach. And Aquinas is fired up. The offense breaks the huddle. Carter Oderman leads him up. Constantino behind him in the flex mode at the fullback spot. Oderman keeps it right side, cuts back against the grain. Worked for him last time. This time he'll be hit short. At the 2-yard line, he is tackled. 2nd and goal to go.
Yeah, he just kind of goes along the line down there and waits for a seam and cuts back.
Very patient. The Saints break the huddle once again. Double tight this time. Flag flies. Oderman at the goal line stood up. Whistle blows. He did not get in. Stopped short. We'll see what the flag is. I don't know if it was a
illegal shift.
They have 2 guys going this time.
I didn't see it, Aaron, but I'm a long ways away up here.
I'm at a disadvantage. My vantage point here, leaning out the window to check this left side, is not the best.
No.
I'm almost watching through the viewfinder of the camera that Libby's running here.
We don't want to forget our other all-star cameraman, Tom Burns, over here.
Tom's doing a great job. I can't see his screen either, so he's not helping me out at all.
I'm not sure Tom can see it. He's got his glasses on.
Aquinas breaks the huddle. 2nd and a goal to go from the 7. Double tight formation. Oderman keeps it left side. Nobody will stop him. He's into the end zone. 27-3. Saints lead Pittsburg High, pending the PAT. .3:14 remaining. The Saints have put another one on the board. They're missing one. Dominguez, Mr. Do Everything, says I'll go be on the kick or extra point team as well. Still 5 on the play clock. Flag flies. False start. Called against the Saints. I'll have to back up 5 and try it again.
Yeah, the right protector over there moved a little bit.
Turnovers. Every coach will tell you you can't have them if you expect to win the ball game, and they have been a thorn in the side really of both teams. The difference is Aquinas has capitalized almost every time Pittsburgh has had one. And that tells you also a sign of a very good team when you can take advantage of turnovers. There's no question about it. The Saints were good coming to town. Number 3 in the state. Snap, hold, both good. Kicker sails it through. Zalinga is good. 28-0 back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at 28-3, excuse me. 3:14 to play. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1007.com and kpreps.com.
Before investing your hard-earned money, make sure you have the best possible information, your financial advisor understands your objectives, and you've called John Eisen at Edward Jones. Whether you need information about stocks, tax advantage bonds, mutual funds, or a retirement plan rollover, they can help. John Eisen is your local financial advisor. He will even make house calls. Before investing your hard-earned money, call John Eisen today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Aquinas set to kick off. Zelinga will tee it up as the wind blows it off. I imagine this one's sailing through the end zone once again. The Dragons will start at the 20. It looks like they got a bit of a hands team in here just in case.
Yeah, 17-24 up here close.
Von Winklepleck and Jelani Long, a reserve tailback, as it does sail into the end zone. 1st and 10, Dragons, 3:14. Ball at the 20-yard line. Libby, you should be happy because I had about 48 people call today volunteering for the cameraman job because they did not want to be outside in this weather, and I said we already had it taken care of. There's been several calls at the half to see if you were still okay up here, or if we had any more room. And the booth is packed tonight, but Libby's got the job, and she's doing a great job of it. Toss, sweep, Rogers, right side, makes a man miss, nowhere to go. Corralled at the 20 after he sidestepped. Duran low, no gain, 2nd and 10. The wind has slowed down a little bit, it appears, although if you look at the lights, rain's still coming across. I believe it's lightened up a little bit, blowing a little more sideways than it was coming down harder. Umbrellas aplenty here at Hutch Field as the Dragons 28-3 in a rain-soaked Friday night. Send a man in motion. That's Harris across the formation. High snap, Turnbull rolls, looks back for the screen, throws it to nobody. Mangini was in the neighborhood, but that's going to fall incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
I thought maybe he was setting that up to throw that to Underraker. I didn't see Dante kind of trying to sneak out there.
Dante's been held pretty quiet, which has been a task in itself. He's been averaging around 7 yards a carry all season long, but this 3-man front and the 2 outside linebackers really done a fantastic job tonight against Pittsburg High. Option left, Rogers. Man, I'll tell you what, when you stop your momentum, you're just inviting people to come clean house, and there's a loss of 5 on the play. Nowhere to go on the edge, 2:03 and counting. Brings up 4th down, about 15. So they mark it right at the 15-yard line. That's what it'll be. And once again, the Dragons have to punt into the wind. Set up at the Dragon 40. Schilling for the Saints. Low snap, Turnbull. Sails it, it bounces. Takes an Aquinas roll inside the 35 to the 34. St. Thomas Aquinas will have it 1st and 10 in Dragon territory. Again, short field. Puts the defense in a bind. Oderman heads to the huddle. They had too many. One had to leave. It was Raymakers. Low in motion. Oderman's going to keep it left side. Got some room. Cuts back against the grain. Shakes the tackle from Roark. Can't get away from Dana Corver as he's taken down. Not before he picks up 15 yards to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 once again for St. Thomas Aquinas. Oderman takes his time as the clock winds. .65 seconds on the game clock. Remaining third quarter. 5 on the play clock. Option left side. Give it to the fullback. That is Constantino. Oh, excuse me. Brought in a big fullback, Sam Bedetti, another senior.
Yeah, Constantino hadn't been in for a couple plays now. I don't see him down here getting any medical attention.
May just be time to put that horse in the barn. .26 seconds on the game clock, 15 on the play clock. There's a 10-second differential. So they both continue to wind. Bedetti, lead block. Oderman keeps it himself to the 2-yard line. First and goal. Timeout with 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Aquinas wants to get this final play in before they have to switch ends. We will take the timeout with them back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com and kpreps.com.
Vehicle maintenance is essential to the life of your ride. Get better gas mileage and wear on your tires with proper alignment from Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburg. Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on East 4th in Pittsburg since 1948. Find them fast in names and numbers. Find them fast in names and numbers. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Aaron Amershak back live, ESPN1007.com and kpreps.com. Aquinas breaks the huddle with 6 seconds remaining. Oderman. Sneak to the goal line. No signal. Now there is. Touchdown, Aquinas. 34-3. The PAT from Zuniga is good. 35-3. It's the end of the third quarter. Got a 1-minute timeout coming up and 12 minutes remaining in this contest. We'll be back after this. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1007.
The tools of healthcare are amazing. Advanced technology, tools right here in Southeast Kansas we use every day for precise surgeries with smaller incisions and faster healing. But at Via Christi Pittsburgh, we know, advanced as they may be, they're still tools. But put in the hands of skilled surgeons, humans who think and feel and care for others, well, that's the amazing part.
Whether you are looking to buy or sell a home, call Pittsburgh's best real estate firm, Pitt Realty, specializing in residential, commercial, rental, and appraisals. Pitt Realty staff will help you in your business needs. Pitt Realty, 1401 North Broadway. North Broadway. North Broadway.
Aaron Amershak, Adam Jameson back on the call. Libby Shea running the camera for us this evening, doing a fine job in her debut at MyTown Media. Webb City down 7-6. I think they had Harrisonville this week. I'm not for sure. Fair catch called for, not completed, but the Dragons, I believe, fall on it. Waltrip trying to get there. No, excuse me, that wasn't Waltrip, Von Winkelpleck. Trying to get up underneath it. It was the wise call to make the fair catch, but if you're going to signal that, catch the football.
Yep. Yeah, you have to go get the ball.
Crispin Von Winkelpleck was there to recover to keep the Dragons with possession. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Twitter's blowing up as scores continue to roll in. We will somehow have the swing pass on the right side. Sherrick Rogers forced out of bounds at the 35. He might have lost a yard. Cannot get in space, this Aquinas team.
Very quick.
Very quick, and for the first time this year, I think maybe a defense as fast, if not faster, than Pittsburg High, sideline to sideline, covering some ground. Drew White leads the O-line up as there is a stoppage in play. Timeout, Pittsburgh. Aquinas leads 35-3 after scoring in their opening possession on the 38-yard field goal. The Dragons have been held scoreless, so we'll keep it here during this timeout. And it's just been one of those games that almost everything's gone against the Dragons, and conversely, everything has really worked well for Aquinas. And when weather plays a bit of a role in the contest, those are the breaks that you need. I mean, you need those breaks. And St. Thomas Aquinas is a very, very good football team, taking advantage of every opportunity that they have. I've been very impressed with Oderman and the development he's had from last year to this year.
Yeah, and it helps when you've got a good fullback like Constantino to turn around and hand the ball off to. They really came out in the second half and have taken control of this game. We'll see if the Dragons can get something going here on offense with the wind.
Tied into the right, that is Ty Cicero. To the left, Keontae Allen split. Fake the handoff. Back to pass. Looking for Allen deep. He's got a step on the defender. Comes back for the pass, looking for some contact. Didn't get the ball or the flag. It'll be incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 12 from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, he did have a step there. Great throw by Spencer. Nice tight spiral considering how wet it is and everything else.
Well, he's finally happy to throw the ball with the wind.
With the wind.
Excuse me. It's been since the first quarter since the Dragons were headed west, as they are now. They bring another guy onto the field. That is Kagan Cole. He's across the line and gets set. Speed option. Pitch into the backfield. That is Adrian Scroggins with the carry. Pickup of 4, maybe 5. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Dragons at the 38. Pickup of 5.
Yeah, nice blocking out there on the edge. Scroggins made a nice cut, had a nice gain there.
And lowered his shoulder and kept his momentum moving forward. Not taking away anything from Sherrick, but he seems to get to the edge and chop his feet looking for the alley. The Dragons are going to have to burn a timeout as they were missing a left tackle on the punt team. 11:08 remaining, 35-3. It's all Aquinas in this one. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brent Cousins. SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross. We would like to say thank you to all of our patients, past and present, for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Back live at Hutch Field, the Dragons facing a 4th and 7. Have the punt team out in formation. Turnbull sends this one deep. Bounces at the 25 to the 20. Fielded at the 12-yard line. Tackle made there by Von Winkelpleck. Sherrick Rogers also in on the stop. On the return for Aquinas, Christopher Schilling, who was awaiting about a 60-yard punt. It seemed like he was set up at the 10, fielded it at the 12.
Nice kick by Spencer. Nice job to field it, protect the football, and basically get down.
And Schilling did a good job there to secure possession for the Saints. They'll have it first and 10, 10:55 remaining. As I, again, almost forgot to change the score bug. We'll get that done now. And I forgot to add the extra point. Man, I am really slipping. Short gain on first down. Gets it out. Well, short gain, that's more of a 5-yard gain. I guess that pile just kept on going.
Yeah, I didn't think he got that much either.
35-3 Aquinas, fourth quarter, 10:27 and counting as the clock rolls. Four-man front, Corver walks up on the left side, as does Elijah Harris. Oderman underneath. So they run option this side. Constantino met in the hole by Mingarelli. Stopped after a pickup of, give him 3. They were saying 2nd and 6. He's still short of the sticks. It's going to be a couple of yards. 3rd and 2. Ball at the 26-yard line. 10 minutes exactly. Sorry, Adam.
That's all right. Nice job by Will there coming off the block and making a play in the hole.
They come to the line. Flex bone. Left side, Constantino back into the ball game. Believes, is that a 2? No, it's a 3. Osterman kept it that time. They relay the play from the sideline. Get it in. Come to the line, man in motion. Osterman's going to keep it. Cuts back against the grain. Past the 35 out to almost the 40-yard line before he's brought down. Zach Roark comes up from the safety spot to make the play.
Quarterback just kind of takes it up in there, patiently waits for a little seam, cuts and goes.
And his offensive line is giving him a surge before he even makes a cut. He's picking up 3 yards.
Yep.
2nd and 3. Here from the 39. Dragons 5-man front. Turn, handoff, left side. Nowhere to go as he crosses the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. Not sure. Number 6 that time, Mason Howard with the carry. Oderman all the way to the sideline as they do give him out to the 42. It's enough for a first down. 8:30 as the clock stopped to reset the chains. It is now rolling.
Better job that time by the Dragon defense. Right side of that defensive line, 59. And
Devron Duncan making some plays inside. He was also had a banged up knee last week.
And Mr. Cicero.
Ty Cicero getting some work at defensive end. Kent was out. They're probably resting the toe of Unterrecker. Into the pile. Carrying the football. First time tonight. Jacob Lycum gets into Dragon territory at the 49-yard line. Stop made there. Mingarelli also coming in to help. Keontae Allen. Couple of subs into the contest. Mason Howard runs the play back in. He'll line up at the fullback. Oderman under center, tied into both sides. Spins, hands it inside. That is the fullback. Sam Budetti. Stop made by the safety, Sam Roark. Not a good sign when your safety's making a stop on the inside dive. 7:16 and counting, fourth quarter. 35-3 St. Thomas Aquinas. Both of these teams are in, playing for the district crown, and it appears to be the Saints that will have that. Dragons no stranger to coming in as a lower seed. They did so last year and went up on the road, knocked off Mill Valley before falling to Shawnee Heights. It's timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 6:53 remaining. It's all Aquinas in this one, 35-3. Back in a minute. You're watching high school football.
Forget cookie-cutter investment approaches. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we can help you build an investment plan around your real-life needs and goals. With the help of our innovative investment planning process, we'll help construct a plan that's flexible enough to adapt to whatever life has in store for you, and you'll get regular updates on your progress toward your goals. It's investment planning that revolves around you, and it's available through Wells Fargo. In Pittsburgh, call financial advisor Shane Peak today at 232-3120. That's 232-3120. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
We're back live at Hutchinson Field. Aaron Amershak, Adam Jamison. Libby Shea working the camera for us tonight. A MyTown Media production. Available at our YouTube live streaming page, as well as online at ESPN1007.com and KPreps.com. Appreciate all of those of you tuned in tonight, watching the Royals probably as well as checking out a little high school football. So number 3 Aquinas Saints leading number 4 Pittsburgh Purple Dragons 35-3. Inside give on the carry. Is that Lycum once again? No, Drew Hicks gets his first carry of the night. On the stop, Nate Woods coming down from the end spot to make the tackle, pickup of 2. 2nd and 8. Ball spotted at the 37.
St. Thomas with wholesale substitutions there at the timeout.
Yeah, they got that second team in there. Quarterback now is Will Swanson, sophomore, 5'9", 162-pounder. Running the offense. Turns, hands it left side. That is Budetti. Gets it down to the 30, near the first down marker. Once again, the wind picks up. The rain has finally lightened a little bit. Lightened, lessened, I don't know exactly what you call that. There are still flag flies. Excuse me, I didn't see it. What was the official call there?
I don't know. I can't.
We're on the back side of the official. We can't see every gesture. I know it went against St. Thomas Aquinas, so they're going to back him up from the line of scrimmage.
I let my white hat worry about that. I just tell him what I got.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty back to the 43-yard line of the Dragons. 2nd down and we'll say 14. It was 2nd and 9 before.
That's why the white hat gets the extra $5 on his check.
Well worth all the heartache.
Yeah.
Milking the play clock. As the game clock winds as well. Swanson under center. Budetti gets it over the right side, moves the pile forward. The Dragons were there, but Budetti turning his legs, picks up 4. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll now be 3rd and 10 for this series of downs.
What a luxury when you're second team fullback, 6'1", 204.
Senior.
Yeah.
Depth. The Saints have it.
Yes, they do.
Will Swanson once again leads the Saints up to the line. They all come down in unison. That's old school football there. Turn, hands off. Budetti over the left side this time. Into the secondary. Sherrick Rogers has him around the waist and brings him down. Not before a 14-yard pickup down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Saints. The clock stops at 4:54 to reset the down markers. Dragon defense, really Dragons as a whole, as you look across the sideline, heads down, not thrilled with their performance they put up tonight, but I'll tell you what, a loss here doesn't hurt anybody. You're still in, and at times a loss can remotivate a team headed into the home stretch. Swanson turns left side once again, gives it to the fullback. That is Budetti. Short gain, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, a loss is not a terrible thing here for the Dragons. You know, you feel bad tonight and maybe part of tomorrow, and then you got to put it behind you and get ready to go next Friday night because you are in the playoffs.
And the loss here doesn't do anything to you. You lose again and it's over. Yep. This loss, no, there's no consequences for it.
No. You feel bad about it, replay it a little bit, but put it past you.
Well, you want it to sting a little bit.
Yeah,
a loss should hurt.
You bet. If it doesn't, you shouldn't be playing probably.
2 seconds on the play clock. They get it handed off. Devron Duncan sticks it out of the hands of Budetti, and the big man rumbles. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Yeah, that's a load coming at you.
Devron wrestles heavyweight for the Dragons. I don't think he is the maxed out 280, but he's a good 260, I would say, easily.
Yeah. 3:38 left in the game here. Let's see if the Dragons can get a little bit of rhythm, have some positive plays here.
Confidence booster to wrap things up here.
Yep. Heading into next week.
Feel good about your play. Turnbull comes out. The offensive line breaks the huddle. They send 2 receivers to the left side. I formation behind them. McGinney at the fullback. That is Sherrick Rogers. They run a little whip motion. Roll Turnbull to the right. He's nearing the line of scrimmage and tucks it and heads out of bounds. I thought he was going to get in front of the line and launch one. He was getting close, still had that ball up in the air ready to throw. They run him out of bounds at the 37. It'll be 2nd down and 3, I believe. 2nd and 4 as they got to get to the 41. 3:30 to play. Clock stop as Spencer went out of bounds.
Yeah, smart play by Spencer there just to get out of bounds. Don't take a shot over there on the sidelines and get dinged up or get hurt.
Jake Webb wide to the right. Kagan Cole to the left. Offset eye. Scroggins at the tailback. They pitch to him. Run to the near side. Stiff arm. Lowers the shoulder. Nearly lost the football. Tackled at the 39-yard line. He's going to be a couple of yards shy. Make it the 38. It'll be 3rd and 3.
The officials winding it there, fans.
You got to love a good fan. It's cold over here. Campus Bookstore Scoreboard Show sometime tonight at ESPN 100.7. The Royals game over on there now. We will talk to some coaches from around the area from last night's game, tonight's game. Scroggins carries it right side. Looks like somebody lost a shoe.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a shoe or one of the wristband play things or what. Something came flying out of there.
Kagan Cole, wide receiver, blocking out of his shoes over there. 2:55 as he did get escorted out of bounds. The clock stops. Or is it just for the first down?
Be just for
the first down. They're going to wind it. He was close to the sideline there. Harris comes wide to the left side, tight end to each side. Underrecker to the near. Woods to the far. On a little cross-buck play. The guards are pulling right. They run it to the left. Scroggins picks up 8 into Saint territory at the 48-yard line. The official went to spin it and lost it there at his feet. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
2:24 and counting. His hands might be a little numb at this point.
Yeah.
Didn't have a grip on that football.
I had a ball boy throw me a nice dry ball in once, and my hands were numb and didn't catch it. It fell down right in the puddle. All his hard work down the drain.
Short slot. Harris moves across the formation to the right side. Inside give. McGinney, the fullback, picks up the first down. Dante McGinney moves the chains for the Dragons. Well, this is that confidence-boosting drive you talked about. They started at their own 31-yard line. They now have it in Saint territory at the 42. Under 2 minutes to play. Wholesale changes for the Dragons as they rotate some different specialty players in. Keontae Allen, Kagan Cole, both go wide to the right side along with Elijah Harris. One back in the formation. That's Adrian Scroggins to the right side of Turnbull from the shotgun. Tied into the left is Unterrecker. That Turnbull's got him zeroed in. He steps inside of a man. Now he's in trouble. Splits a couple of defenders down to the 37 where he's tackled there. In on the stop, 85, Ryan Jerzyk.
Nice job by Spencer there. Pull it down and make something.
Looking for that backside seam route.
Yep.
Unterrecker covered well. At times, Spencer can zero in on one receiver, but that time saw his one receiver was covered, ducked it, and went somewhere with it. They rotate ends with the tight end to follow the motion. Toss sweep, left side. Here comes the pursuit of St. Thomas Aquinas. Adrian Scroggins lowers the shoulders and gets what he can. Pickup of 2. Adrian a little slow. I don't know that they're going to have to run another one if they don't want. They don't set the play clock. 23 seconds remain. Coach Nicholson is going to call him to the sidelines. We're going to shake hands. St. Thomas Aquinas wins the showdown here in District 4, 35-3. They will be crowned district champions. Pittsburg High season not over yet. They will be in the playoffs. The pairings will come out, I assume, later on this evening. You could probably follow along at kpreps.com. Adam, before we get out of here, we have got a couple of awards that are tough to hand out on a night when you only put 3 on the board. Offensive, defensive MVPs. I don't know that you can really hand out an offensive MVP in this game. Anybody standing out defensively for you? Keith Waltrip made some nice plays on the inside, coming in on some blitzes, getting some stops. We'll hand out tonight's Vietti Auto Body collision of the game to junior linebacker Keith Waltrip. Congratulations to him. Adam, appreciate you joining me up in the booth tonight. Libby, great job on the camera. You're going to have to de-layer before you get out of here. You got a coat of mine and a coat of Adam's. You're not taking them home with you. St. Thomas Aquinas wins it. Final score 35-3. We'll be back next Friday night somewhere. We'll figure it out. The Dragons may be on the road now. Matter of fact, they will be on the road, and we will follow them where they go. Regular season's over. You got to continue to win if you want to keep playing at this point. For Adam Jamison, I'm Aaron Amershak saying so long and thanks for watching. St. Thomas Aquinas knocks off Pittsburg High 35-3.
The tools of healthcare are amazing. Advanced technology, tools right here in Southeast Kansas we use every day for precise surgeries with smaller incisions and faster healing. But at Via Christi Pittsburgh, we know advanced as they may be, they're still tools. But put in the hands of skilled surgeons, humans who think and feel and care for others, well, that's the amazing part.